money.
Health ka dyan.
Welcome back to the Mental Health Ka Dyan podcast. And in this episode, we are going to talk about a very exciting topic. Lagi ko na lang sinasabi, very exciting. No? Pero, pero totoo nga, very exciting topic because we're going to talk about money. Money in particular. Pero, the question is, how does money affect our mental well-being bilang Mental Health Ka Dyan podcast? So, and I think a lot of people will be able to relate to this kasi alam naman natin currently, di ba, with the kind of life that we have, lahat ng mga bilihin tumataas, pero yung sahod natin, cute lang, ganyan. So, it can cause us financial stress. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to relate to this kasi it really happens, especially in the Philippines. Current news, ganyan. Totally makaka-relate kayo dito. And yeah, just to back this up, aside from us being able to experience that, especially if ang income mo is average lang, ganyan, there's an article din. This was published by Philstar July 9, 2025. The article is titled, Filipino Workers Face Heightened Levels of Stress and Sadness. And it says in the article that the leading source of mental health challenges continues to be financial strain, cited by 54% of respondents. So, nakakalungkot talaga siya given that, alam mo yun, ang dami nating expenses on a daily, especially if may mga sinusuportahan ka pa, family mo, your own family, di ba? Your basic needs. So, the question is, paano na? And, ayun, I'm just excited kasi nga, with me today, a guest is someone who highly speaks about mental health and who has knowledge about finances. And in this episode, we are going to talk about, some things na napapansin niya because he's a nurse as well. And yung usual na napapansin niya na nangyayari for people who are undergoing this kind of financial stress. And also, possible, we can also speak about tips on how to be financially free or financially literate somehow. Pero we are going to double more or deep dive on the connection of mental health and also financial stress. Ayan. And some tips on how to maybe, add another basket of income in your life para naman mabawasan yung stress kahit papano. And ayan, I'm excited to introduce to you guys a content creator, public speaker, educator in crypto, Web3, and tech, a nurse and a mental health advocate, Chris Rodil, which is also known as Prof. Tof. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Kai.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being here. Yan. So, just to give you an idea, guys, nagre-recover pa siya. Pero nandito siya kasi, yun nga, he wants to provide education when it comes to financial well-being and mental well-being. So, thank you so much for being here once again. Okay, so, yun. I wanna start with the one that I mentioned a while ago because you are a nurse, diba? And you have handled different people suffering from mental health issues. Have you encountered yung people na talagang financially stressed sila and how does it affect their mental well-being? Ano yung nakikita mong symptoms sa kanila?
In terms of this, siguro yung pinakamalapit na dito is gambling addiction.
Oh, really?
So, coming from a space of understanding, yung kwento would be, syempre, paano ka mapupunta sa space na kailangan mong magsugal para kumita ng pera or dun ka na lang nakakapit para hindi pong yung mga dapat para sa tuition fee, para dapat sa kasal or whatever na funds na dapat nakalaan, ginagamit mo na pang sugal or pwede sa business mo, etc. So, meeting these people na na-encounter to, hindi siya bago kasi sabihin nyo nang yung mga online casinos, nag-increase yung spike.
Yes.
Pero even before the pandemic, meron naman na yan. Siyempre, merong city na sa Pinas na alam nyo naman maraming casino. Meron na dyan. Literal, alam nyo na yung ginagawa doon. Pero kung hindi nyo pa alam, yes, pagpasok mo doon, maraming kumikinang at mga kulay dilaw. So, ano yun? Ganun kaagad. It triggers psychology mo internally na, I like shiny stuff.
Yes.
And at the same time, pag may nakikita kang nag-aalok pa sa'yo ng tubig, ng drinks, or anything na parang, sige, upo ka lang dyan, tuloy mo lang. So talagang para kang Diyos.
Yes.
Parang hari na sineservisyoan. Sa bahay, wala no, oh sir, coffee. Walang ganon.
They provide you comfort.
Yes. Kung parang reinforces the habit that this is a space na, lalo na kung physical. Eh, sa online, ibang usapan pa yung addiction doon.
Oo.
So, these types
Oh
of
my gosh,
addiction is very
dami.
present. And hindi lang siya in the form of, kasi baka sinabi nyo casino, matik, yung mga slot machine, card games, etc. Maraming klase siya ng gambling addiction. So, pwedeng kahit simpleng, I would say, sa mga bagay. Ako, ito, sa gaming. Maraming klase ng gaming. May games na parang talaga nagtitrigger ng hormones, happy hormones, as they would call it, na kaya nga may mga billion-dollar companies na thriving on that level of gaming sense na parang it triggers na, gastos ka ulit. Gastos ka ulit.
Unconsciously.
Unconsciously. And sabi nga nila doon, yun yung sunken cost fallacy as they mention it usually. But I would say hindi siya more of a problem kasi mas kaya namang solusyonan yun as compared to tinataya mo na yung mga bagay na dapat nakalaan sa iba, even yung livelihood, etc.
Okay. Grabe ha. Umpisa pa lang talaga heavy na to. Gambling and addiction. May mga na-mention ka kanina na gusto kong balikan for awareness din. Pero yun nga, how does it look like for a person na kumbaga parang ayun, nakapag-gamble na siya and parang sobrang stress niya na kasi naitaya niya na lahat.
How do they look like?
Yes, yung parang symptoms sa kanila, how do they behave?
Ito, hindi ko na siya binibase by the book, but more of like observations ko na lang din. Initially, wala kang mapapansin sa kanila sa labas. Pero in terms of actions, mapapansin mo slowly, nagiging nagtatago ng information na. Like, para saan to? Mapapansin mo na parang, okay, yung alam mong may ginagawa na hindi sinasabi. Yung talagang minsan, alam na or aware ka naman, aware din yung nakapaligid sa kanya, pero may times na baka may nag-e-enable within the family na hayaan nyo lang, just nag-e-enjoy or whatever. Or it comes with the habits na, to answer your question, no? Kasi di ba tinatanong mo yung ano yung napapansin. Ang dapat kasi makapansin yan, yung sarili mismo. Yung pasyente ba? Kung hindi mo alam na pasyente ka, mahirap yun. May denial ka doon. And yung mga tao sa paligid, may in denial din. Kasi, pag naririnig nila na, okay, lulong ka na o whatever, paano mo nasabing lulong ako? Ganito lang naman, mali lang naman yan. Yun nga every small ounce na sinisimulan mo, kunyari, maliit na 100 pesos, example lang, it can be any amount.
Yes.
It starts a cycle na, okay, 100, okay. Ano na yan? Play money ko na yan. Kung 1,000, kaya mo na. 10,000. It grows bigger and bigger na nasasanay ka na ito na yung pinapasok mo.
Nagiging habit na siya.
Hindi mo na siya napapansin na you are able to spend higher and higher just to fulfill that feeling inside of you, may it be your hormones or that feeling na parang yung may achievement ka kasi nanalo ka. Parang you get whatever multiplier yan. Kasi syempre nakalagay doon, makikita ka 50, 100, 200 times or ito lang nilagay ko. And then, it's just, syempre, pinag-aralan yan, kaya nga yung sistema ng mga ganyan, hindi ka mananalo over them. So, it's you slowly na kinakain ka ng sistema na nagiging habit siya. And secondarily, doon ka na mas mapupunta yung oras mo. Doon na rin mapupunta yung, I would say, peace of mind mo. Kailangan makapagganito ako. Kasi addicted ka na. Pag addicted ka na, hinahanap mo na siya. Parang yung sabi nila, pag hindi mo ginagawa, aligaga ka. Yun yung, ano may tawag doon? Sorry, I forgot the term. Yung pag hindi ka nakatake ng withdrawal symptoms, yun, nalala ko na. Pag may withdrawal symptoms ka na parang, hindi ka nagsugal ngayon, hindi mo mapapansin mo, hinahanap nila, pag nilayo mo sa kanila yon, iba yung mood nila. So, similar to sa mga substance addiction, may ganun din siya. And mahirap silang pagsabihan to stop what they're doing.
So it's a long process pa, no? Okay. So yung gambling, ano siya, parang root din nun mostly is financial stress?
Marami kasing factor. For me, maraming factor. Kasi kung mahirap ka sa buhay, dun pwedeng yan yung naririnig mo sa tropa, pwedeng peers, pwede kasing social media. Kasi I would say in the past year, 2 years at least, yung streaming and content, mataas ang pinapakita na nagsusugal na kilalang tao. So, tinutularan ng mga bata.
Mm-mm.
Normal na lang pag-usapan yung term na scatter. Sorry, sa Pilipinas tayo. Scatter mo na yan. Nakita mo sa comment section. It's a term that is normalized.
What does it mean when you say scatter ba?
Narinig ko lang din siya pero hindi ko entirely na parang yun yung term dun sa may nakakaalam doon. Pag kasi parang correct me na lang if I'm wrong, no? Kasi I've never engaged kasi if I learn more about it, I might be enticed too. But ang intindi ko doon is parang yun yung online version nun sa mobile phone. Doon ka susugal. So, scatter mo na yan. Parang ganon. Parang it's a live stream na you're doing gambling-related activities or similar. Tama ba? So, alam ko online, live stream yan madalas eh. Pwedeng ang sabi nila, pwedeng color game, pwedeng whatever.
Okay. Gets. Okay, ang dami pumapasok sa isip ko. Pero you mentioned din kanina yung, I want to touch base on quick lang before we go to the next question, yung psychology of colors. When it comes to yung mga enticing colors na unconsciously parang hindi mo napapansin na attract ka na pala. And even sa sales, bilang nandun ako sa ganung industry, marketing and sales, may mga colors din na ginagamit para to play around with your psychology na, bumili ka na ganyan. So, totoo ba talaga yun?
Coming from siguro traveling in a few countries all over the world, no? Hindi lang dahil sa Pilipinas ko nakita yung itsura ng loob ng casino. I would say it's a system. It's true. You might deny na hindi siya totoo, hindi ka naniniwala dito, pero pag tinignan mo sa pagkain, there's only dominant colors. Red, yellow. Red is the dominant color sa food. And seeing something gold or close to that color makes you think it's valuable. Kaya usually, ang colors na makikita mo dyan, medyo relate doon sa precious metal na gold. So parang, wow. Or di ba nga, even in early times, kahit nung hindi pa tayo sa panahon na to, social media, yung talagang panahon ng mga cavemen, I would say, when they see something shiny, it's often regarded as something of value. First time makita yung gold, kumikislap, pearl, whatever. Anything, or diamonds, anything.
So, association talaga
association
siya.
with value. Yun din yung instinct mo na parang, kahit hindi mo na siya ginagamit as much ngayon. Kasi, dami mo na nakikita eh. Unlike before, dinidiscover mo yan eh. So, for me, I think it's human instinct na nakita nila na this is valuable, more than ganito. And when you go inside, kasi parang una, visually appealing. Kasi unlike nakita ka ng green or brown, how would that feel? As compared to seeing something yellow, gold. Parang kumikislap talaga yung mata mo. And then, i-reinforce kasi visual yon. Either pwede by what's happening around you. So, it starts with the visual. It has to be visually appealing. Kaya nga yung mga nandun din sa casino, visually appealing.
Yes.
Kahit naman sa online or sa sorry, hindi natin pagkakailayan. Kahit ako, I would say dati nag-apply po ako. I tried. Pero may height requirement. Maliban sa magaling sila sa math. I mean, hindi ko nababanggitin po kung saan. Pero they have height requirement aside from being good at math.
Yes.
So you have to be like, yun na yun. Meron talagang the looks. For both men and women and all other genders.
Okay. So kaya ako natanong para at least, diba, it's also raising awareness para kumbaga, let's make the unconscious conscious.
Oh, yeah. Alam nyo na.
Yes. Okay. So, before I ask questions about financial stress again, kanina kasi before kami mag-start mag-record, tinanong kita if nurse ka pa din and if ginagawa mo pa rin yung profession na yun. And you mentioned about you worked with psychometricians, di ba? Ayun. So, I just want to know lang yung difference. Kasi ang daming labels when it comes to Anong difference sa psychometrician sa psychologist? Is it okay if I ask?
Right now, I don't have a clear definition as well.
Okay.
Kasi parang, even if you define it by, the ChatGPT or the Google definition, sometimes meron pa rin siyang overlap in terms of function. Lalo na sa mental health scene. Ito, based on application, not on theory tayo. Kasi sa theorymatic may definition. On application, psychometrician ang alam ko, yan yung nagpapatest. So, sila yung nagme-measure on certain things. Psychologist, yan yung talagang humaharap sa pasyente na merong process. Parang branch of science siya ng doctors na you deal with illness of the psychology. Which is mental health most of the time.
Kasi ang dami kasi niyan medyo nalilito rin ako.
Yes, for the audience, if ever nalilito din kayo, nandiyan naman yung AI tools to check. And syempre, hindi ko sinasabing huwag kayo lumapit sa doktor or hindi nyo lalapitan. Most often, they will refer you to what you need naman. So usually, kung may assessments, hindi ka naman lalapit diretso sa doktor. Papupuntahin ka yan sa may lab results ka muna. So, in a way, meron din parts niyan sa psychology department. Pero medyo mas mahirap kasi wala naman sa dugo yung level ng problems mo sa mental health. Wala siyang specific doon. So, there are certain branches or specializations na mas nag-cater sa diagnosis and sa treatment. Yun yung siguro yung pinaka-major ko doon. Para lang simplehan natin.
Yes, okay. Sige, so may nakita ko na content mo. Matagal na to Parang yung content about dun sa anak ni Manny Pacquiao. Yung... If you remember.
Yes.
Okay. Kasi may article na na-publish. Michael Pacquiao reveals how he struggled with depression. Tapos, nakalagay din doon, money doesn't solve all problems. And gumawa ka ng content doon, parang educating people na it's a valid statement from someone whose father is a millionaire. Na parang you're not excluding what they're feeling kasi nga, money doesn't solve all the problems given that you have depression. So I want to deep dive on that kasi since we are speaking about financial stress, malaking factor talaga ang pera, 'di ba? When it comes to mental well-being. Okay. So ang question ko is how do you balance it out na okay, kailangan mo ng pera but at the same time it doesn't really solve all the problems.
Siyempre, for the rest of the public, I would say, mas problema nila yung survival. So, iba yung lens naman yan if you don't have problems of money. Scientifically, yan yung Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Sabihin natin marami kang pera, pero wala kang jowa. Titignan ko kayo sa camera. Kaya mong bumili ng kasama. Sige, kaya mong bumili niyan. Pero yung partner na makakasama mo for life, kaya mong bili ng pera? Maybe, pero I'm very, very much sure na hindi. Kaya kami mga love story tayo from Cinderella and so forth, na hindi pera ang basis kung bakit ka magkakaroon ng life partner. That's one. So, sa Maslow's hierarchy of needs, hindi rin solusyon ang pera kung paano ka magkakaroon ng self-fulfillment.
Yes, okay.
Sa tingin mo, makukuha mo yung value mo bilang tao pag meron kang pera. Yung feeling na fulfilled ka sa buhay mo. Ay, grabe, may 10 billion ako ngayon galing sa whatever form. Saan mo kinuha yan, no? Whether man sa Bahaman yan or similar projects, I don't know. Kung fulfilled ka at finiflex mo yan, ibang usapan na po yun. Pero going back, no, so, kasi hindi, ang mental health para sa lahat. We're clear on that. And money is a tool.
Okay.
Kung sa tingin natin na yung pera is, of course, medyo direct din yan sa mental health ng iba kasi nga, kung gutom ka, ba't mo iisipin ng mental health kung hindi ka pa makakain for tomorrow? So, syempre, may varying degrees yan of difference ng problem. Kaya may Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So, kung nandun ka pa lang sa basic needs, hindi mo man na-achieve, hindi mo pa na fulfill, bahay, pagkain sa araw-araw, etc. Money is your biggest problem solver. Kasi right now, kasi yun talaga yung solusyon. Ni bahay nga, wala ako. Ni pagkain.
For those who are in survival mode,
mas kailangan nila yung pera more than anything else. Pero kasi once that's the bottom Yung, sorry kung hindi na-accurate yung naalala ko, ha? Basta alam ko na sa bottom ang basic needs. Sa triangle na yon. So, syempre, you have to fulfill those needs. Kasi, you won't go to the next one.
Yes.
Kasi it's 5 levels. So, for those na tiningin nyo ang pera, solusyon sa lahat, tama naman, most, if not all. Pero sabihin natin, the financial system also has its problems. Like, inflation. Yung tinabi mong 10,000 pesos 10 years ago, ano na lang mabibili niyan?
Yeah, oo.
So, if money is the solution to your problem, yung 10,000 na tinabi mo, bakit hindi na siya solusyon doon sa balak mong bilhin ngayon? Ako, binibigay ko lang yan. Money has its own ecosystem of problems. So, I'm talking about the world changes every now and then na pera is paper and it's a form of, I would say, currency na imbento. And it can evolve over time. Kasi yung pera naman prior, wala pa yan. So dati barter lang tayo. Yung baka mo para sa kalabaw ko or whatever. Yung gatas para dun sa palay mo. Kasi it became easier lang mag-transact dahil may pera ka. But then again, merong systems in play dyan, merong powers at play. And if yan ang solusyon sa lahat, sa tingin ko, di sana, maayos ang mundo. Pero dahil nga it does not solve all problems, hindi mo siya dapat sambahin. Hindi mo rin siya dapat gawin na parang your sole purpose to why you exist here. Kasi once you reach that level na meron na akong pera sige, bigyan kita yung mga nanalo sa loto, isang example. 7 digits, 8 digits, even 9 digits, 100 million pesos. Kung nasolusyonan nun yung problema mo sa buhay, ano nangyari pagkatapos maubos nun?
Wala na ulit.
Problema ulit. Hindi naman nauubos yung problema. Pero kung handling money is a different matter as well.
Okay.
So, it's a different discussion all throughout. Marami akong binagsak doon.
Yes.
And definitely, if you're balancing it out, you have to know nasan ka ngayon sa buhay mo. You're a provider. So, just PLDR everything. So, if you're a provider, ikaw ang kailangan tumulong or sarili mo, kailangan mong pakainin, kailangan mong mag-survive, working student ka or whatnot. Nandun ka sa point na it feels like it's everything to you. Pero once that problem is solved, you go through the next set of problems. So money is a tool. Once you learn how to make money, it will serve you and it will help you get to where you go.
Okay, ang ganda nun. Ang dami ko naisulat dito. Okay, so going back sa money, sa tool. Paano nga pag walang tool? Paano tayo mag-start? Ano natin doon? Yes. Pag sobrang gipit mo na ganyan and you feel like, okay, nande-depress na ako kasi feeling ko I'm not providing for myself, ang dami ko pang kailangang bayaran.
Daming pwedeng gawin. To be honest, kung tatanungin mo ako niyan, 20, 30 years ago, how do I make money? Ang hirap, kailangan mautak ka, madiskarte ka.
Yes.
Sa panahon ngayon, there's plenty of information. Siguro, kung may cellphone ka, much easier. Pero kung nasa point na wala ka pang cellphone at napapanood mo to, medyo unusual siya for me right now kasi medyo mas normal lang may cellphone. Hindi ka na sa TV nanonood lang. How do you start making money? The first question is, find a problem that you can solve.
Okay.
Kasi they can pay you for your product or for your service. I mean, money is a tool to pay you for something, for a service or for a product you've given. Ano mga simpleng problema? Example, yung simpleng problema ng mga babae monthly. Sorry, ito yung nalala kong business problem. It's a monthly problem. You're paying this for supplies every month or for a week for some or even worse. And do you think about not spending for it one time in your life? Parang hindi ka ba bibili ng napkin? Sorry po
Okay lang yan.
Hindi ka ba bibili ng napkin kung alam mo may solusyon? Titiisin mo ba? I mean, it's simple enough. Like for example, gusto mong magsulat sa papel, anong kukunin mo? You buy a pen. You buy, depende kung ano yung klaseng pansulat kailangan mo.
Yes.
You want notes. You don't want it on your phone. You buy a notebook. These are solutions that were invented prior. Ngayon ikaw, anong solusyon ang gusto mong ibigay or serbisyo? Maraming klase ng serbisyo. Hindi ko na po dadaanan lahat, pero mga age-old services, may it be massage, may it be as simple as cleaning services, deliveries, logistics, lahat ng klase ng services, from the personal to the global to the local, na mga systems, pwedeng business processes, ang dami. So if you can provide, even at a small scale, simple nga lang na candy. Sa school, kahit sabihin natin mostly bawal, yung mga solusyon ng kailangan ng papel, okay, piso lang po, or candy, mga ganyan, or tubig, di ba? It should be accessible to all, pero ba't ka nagbabayad?
Yes.
Because syempre, they find ways to, make it accessible.
Yes, there's a need. Okay, so, from a different point of view, pwede sabihin na dali lang sa yan kasi that's how you think. And right now, I'm actually in the position where I'm having anxiety and depression kasi wala nga akong pera tapos I'm going to provide service, gano'n. So how do you address that muna before you go to that next stage na, okay, magpo-produce na ako ng pera by providing a solution?
I think the number one is, based sa sinabi mo. So let's narrow it down. The case is, I personally have inability to fend for myself kasi I'm sick. Hindi ko naman sinabing hindi ako makaka-relate dyan because I was once in that position. So number one, if you're in that spot, hopefully you're not alone because no human is an island. Seek help. Kasi you cannot provide for others if you yourself cannot provide for yourself. Kaya may self-care na unahin. Normally, sa Pilipinas, mas madali kasi we are with the family, family-oriented. But I've seen people na kahit may family, walang tulungan. But let's start muna dun sa may options to seek for help in the family. Seek help sa parents, seek help sa relatives. More often than not, you will receive the help. Ang question lang is, until when mo gustong ikaw ang tinutulungan. So, maybe, for awareness lang din yun, you can't always be the person asking for help. So, when do you want to end that state and be healed from your affliction in term? So, for those naman siguro na wala talaga makuhang help, right now, I'm not so sure on which institutions pero normally, if you are like that, na wala ka talaga makilingan, the government or this government services should be your next bet.
Like the free ones?
Normally, that's the case. Pero medyo alam nyo naman, hindi lahat ng services okay.
Accessible.
Kasi kung hindi siya biased towards 4Ps o yung talagang alam mong humingi lang ng tulong every month. Mas maswerte pa kayo na wala kayong tax na binabayaran, binibigyan lang kayo pag humingi kayo or may schedule yan. I'm not sure if it's still ongoing though. Kasi there was a time na alam ko, basta may ID ka na yan, kahit nga patay na eh. So, parang the regulation on this is so bad from what I heard before. So, you can apply for these services and get something. Ngayon, worst case, may pera sa basura. Yeah, either you just sell stuff you find people as trash. From simpleng bote, lata, junk shop magbibigay ng something dyan. So, for me, meron pa rin, di ba, kaya nga merong mga taong grasa, sorry, I'm not degrading them, but they are those finding means and ways. Worst case, pulube. Literal na you ask, anong sinusolve na problema nila? I did good today. Feeling good sa'yo, nagbigay ka sa mas less fortunate. That's the problem they solve. Pero syempre, alam mo naman yung parang, araw-araw nandito si ate nangongolekta, parang tax collector na lang din. Parang nasa LRT station si nanay nun. Ba't parang nasa kabilang stasyon na siya ngayon? Sorry, nadaan ako yung estudyante ako. May napapansin ako, yun yung livelihood talaga nila is to be asking for alms or tulong. And may iba, may madiskarte ng konti. Namatayan, may dala pang papel. Whether true or not, you're asking for medical help, family assistance, sakay ka ng bus. Maraming diskarte, pero yun nga, kung ikaw mismo hindi ka makalakad doon. Marami kasi, it's a matter of willpower. If mag-isa ka talaga, or you seek company that will help you. When I say you seek company, whether it's a group of people, or your own neighborhood, or even family. Worst case, kung wala lahat yan talaga, you're on your own. Kasi people find ways to survive. Nung panahon nga ng kalaban natin, at wala pa tayo sa panahon ngayon, kalaban natin mga hayop. We found ways to survive. Hindi mo alam kung pag natulog ka, nilapa ka na ng wild animals, leon, tigre. Hindi mo alam. Kasi mag-swimming ka nga, hindi ka nga sure kung may hayop doon nung una, di ba? Sila, may dala pang sibat or anything. Right now, we have a different set of problems. But even if I'm not putting you down, but there are ways for us to survive if we put our head into it. But then again, if we are not able because of affliction, maybe it's time we ask for help muna and recover first. That's the priority.
Okay. Pero we are not saying na mamulubi kayo or
It's not because I'm not saying, because sorry. I'm not degrading online content creators or yung mga nagla-live na nakakakuha ng stars, yung talagang binibigyan ng it's a different form of, supporting people. Kasi online, bibigyan ka ng parang credits or mismong nandun sa app. So, it's a form of also seeking support. And, sige po, support my, bili po ako ng upgraded webcam para po sa content natin. It's a GoFundMe, mga ganyan, or for specific reasons. It's normal nowadays, but when you look back, it kind of feels degrading. Pero, well, if you're providing entertainment, if you're providing something of value sa kanila, I think it doesn't sound as bad. Kasi sila nga kaya nila, may sakit. May iba nga natutulog sa live stream dati. They get paid for it. Mr. Beast is one example na he just count from 1 to 100,000 ata. I forgot that content. He gets paid for that content because he found a formula that provides entertainment. And why would people watch you? So, get creative when you're healthier or maybe find help to work with. Baka may makita kang idea.
Yeah, okay. So, I want to ask, what do you think yung parang nagiging pattern? Do you really think na yung financial stresses can really affect your mental health on a deeper level? And paano siya nangyayari?
Yes, I would agree na yes. It can deepen you down the stressful side. Looking back from experience lang. One, it changes your perspective on things. Kasi pupunta ka sa scarcity mindset. Mapipili. Yung parang nandun ka sa space na unfair ang mundo. At the same time, buti pa sila. Parang naiinggit ka sa lahat. Pero hindi mo nakikita yung sarili mo na ano ba yung nabibigay ko, bakit hindi ko nakukuha yun.
Yes.
Yung spiral kasi na to, na laging parang kino-compare mo yung sarili mo sa iba, nandun ka sa space na gusto ko na lang agawin yung meron sila, which is nagiging pagnanakaw.
Okay.
Shout out po sa mga nagnanakaw. Shout out po sa mga nagnanakaw ng may konsensya at sa walang konsensya. Shout out po. No? Well, gets ko naman yung wala kang choice kasi may nakatutok sa'yo. Kung hindi, buhay ang kapalit. May merong ganon. So, pero yung pagnanakaw ng parang without second thought na parang, hindi, para sa pamilya ko to, okay lang po i-justify yan. Pero if you look back on psychology or somehow, tama ba talagang kumuha ng hindi para sa'yo? Yun lang. Kailangan sagutin doon. Kasi syempre, for me, yung values doon nawawala.
Yes.
And when it becomes normal, lalo sa financial stress, kasi iba alam ko, may ginawa talaga na parang ginawa nila to para lang makaahon, then ayoko na bumalik dyan. Yung iba talaga ginawa nilang kabuhayan, yun talaga. So, well, you have a reason, and I'm not saying na it's right or wrong, it's up to you, but if your moral compass talaga is on that direction, okay, respect to what you do. Ayoko i-degrade kahit sino, pero sasabihin ko na, hindi yan pasok sa moral compass ko. Kasi, you can either mag-cheat para kumita. Like, benta ka, ito, yung bad student nga ba yun? Yung nagbenta ng answers sa exam. Yung may adaptations na sa Thai, sa Philippines.
Ay, hindi ko alam. Okay.
Bad student nga ba yun? I forgot the title. Basta yung famous was the Thai. Bad Genius. Yun, Bad Genius. So, in quick context, genius siya. Then she found a way to sell answer sheets during exams and so forth. So, she made money off it even globally. So, made parang mafia ng mga answer sheet or something. Basta yun na lang yung context nun. So, kung hindi nyo panood, watch it. Pero, kidding aside, these things happen, yung talagang pag financially constrained ka, you will find ways, and ang nagiging negative lang talaga nito, where does your values and your moral compass go na? Mahirap kasi yung nang-aapak, quote-unquote, na ibang tao para makaangat. Yung iba, binibitaw ang dignidad, binibitaw ang ibang tao, pamilya, kapalit na or buhay na ibang tao para kumita. Yes, hindi natin tatanggalin sa equation yan. May mga tao talagang yun yung naging paraan para kumita. And mahirap bumalik sa society lalo na kung dito ka nanggaling or na-labelan ka na ganito. ikaw, parang nung panahon way back, parang nalabelan ka na magnanakaw, mahirap, puputulan, sa iba, pinuputulan niya.
Mm.
So, pag nalabelan yung pamilya mo, sa ibang bansa nga, parang, ewan ko sa Korea ba yun? Kasi ngayon, madalas ang K-drama.
Mm.
If you brought shame to your family, either they disown you, or yung whole family gets may level na ganon sa ibang bansa as culture. Pero sa Pinas, parang na-normalize ata.
Oo.
Parang na-normalize ata. So, sa nakikinig, I would say, gusto nyo bang i-normalize yan? Kasi kung sa small scale, sa pamilya, normal yung, in terms of finance, normal na gawin yan. Kumurot, or yung tipong sa trabaho, konting something. It says a lot about the corruption that's happening around us. So, medyo talagang skewed ba na normal na lang natin tanggapin to dahil survival pa ba talaga? It's not justifying it, but for me, it's more of, are we normalizing these sort of things in exchange for our values, our humanity, and the fact na anong gagawin ng pagiging mabuting tao kung yun nga, inaapakan ka naman ng mga nanloloko sa paligid. Join na lang ako sa kanila. Mas masarap buhay nila eh.
Ganun kasi yung beat them, join them.
Oo. Kasi if you can't beat the system, ganun yung nangyayari. Kasi bakit ka pa tatawid dun? Ako, stress ako dito. Sila, madali buhay nila dito. Siyempre, we dislike, by nature, human nature, we dislike discomfort. We don't like pain. Puta tayo dito sa daan na to. And with that process, ginagamit din yan against us why we choose the wrong people who's supposed to serve the country and who's supposed to serve us. Kasi iba dyan, nakita ko lang din nga sa content na kung gutom ka, may nagbabayad sa'yo para makakain, nagbibigay. Sinusuportahan mo kahit mali yung ginagawa nila, nagiging utang na loob, it becomes a cycle. Di ba dapat binibigay nila yan sa'yo, hindi mo utang na loob yan sa kanila dahil nagseservisyo sila sa'yo? Nababaliktad yung pag-iisip na parang dahil sila'y nagbibigay ng paraan para mabuhay ako, maniniwala ako, susuporta ako sa kanila hanggang sa huli. Which instead dapat, trabaho nila yun para sa atin or para sa inyo. Bakit mo susuportahan yung maling gawa? Kasi na-twist na yung psychology and belief mo behind na wala naghihirap ako sila lang yung nakakatulong, sila yung nagbibigay ng ganito, ganyan. So, it twists your psychology and uses it against you. Kaya, I would say, as a community or even as people of a country, it changes how power, control, and even yung psychology natin about money is perceived. Ng pera is galing lang sa may posisyon. And even the fact na yung telenovelas, masama ang may pera. Kontrabida sila sa lahat.
Yes.
Kung ayaw mo ng pera, talaga naman, hindi mo aatimin na deserve ko ang pera. So, kaya financial constraints, I get you. Pero if you're twisted to believe na dapat binibigayan ng barya-barya, when in fact, there's a deeper and a bigger understanding na you're not just supposed to receive it. You can create. Siguro sa religious standpoint, sorry, I'm not as religious, but the point is, you are made in the likeness of our Creator, whatever you believe in. So, our words also has the power to create our reality. So, yun. Parang ganun. Yun na lang siguro yung pinaka-gist nun. Sorry, haba.
It's okay. It makes sense. So, from what I'm hearing, correct me if I'm wrong, are you saying na our ability to create money is highly affected by the government?
Not directly because of the government. Kasi I would say it's not just local to the Philippines, but it is heavily implied na it's related to them because, quote-unquote, they're regulators. Two, they're implying things that we cannot say no to. Hindi ko na nababanggitan. Basta alam nyo na yun. Pag sinabi ni government, yes is the only thing you can say. It's also a system. Kaya nila mag-check ng research, mahaba siya ikwento. Kung paano na-form ang government systems all over the world. Dati, kings and queens yan, yung monarchy types. Ngayon, napunta tayo sa democracy.
Yeah.
Democracy. So, nakakaintindi, democracy. Okay, so, in terms of government being able to, kasi may government naman na nakakapag-provide sa ibang bansa. The reason for maybe traveling all over the world is to see possibilities. How come smaller countries as the size of Metro Manila, like Singapore, is able to provide with this much budget? Kung Metro Manila nga lang, naging Singapore yung level of execution sa infrastructure, etc. Hindi lang sa baha po ha. As in yung roads, lahat.
Yes.
As in, why would you not do your best to perform? Like mag-work, pumasok. So, mismong biyahe nga, problematic pa sa atin. So, the government is a power na talagang directly ties kung ano yung pwedeng gawin ng tao at hindi. Kasi, they dictate what's not usable for you. They dictate what's not regulated. So, dun ka medyo, minsan, do you really believe that everything the government says is for you, or against you, or really designed to help you? Medyo, nandun tayo sa point na critical thinking. Kasi, they will always do their job of regulating stuff, but it's not always in your favor if the people in power does not want your best interest.
Yes. That makes sense. Okay, so another follow-up question is, siguro what I want people to understand lang is, kasi di ba meron tayo yung parang, okay, it can be controversial, pero sometimes there are people who blame the government na kasi ganito kaya hindi umaasen. So, there's some truth to that, di ba? Pero at the same time, kumbaga parang you don't want to give all your power to people outside you just for you to create the life that you want. So, where do you draw the line between, alam mo yun, considering yung, okay, may limits, kaya limited din yung resources namin, versus being able to take back your power and create that something that you want for your life?
Mabot din naman ako sa point na. So, just getting the question. No? So, when do you draw the line na kasalanan to na
yes,
outside forces, outside your control? Okay. If nandun ka sa mindset or conditioning, kasi hindi ko na masabing mindset lang parang minsan conditioning na rin siya through the decades within the culture.
Yeah.
So, if you still blame somebody else for your life, ito siguro isipin mo. Kung pinanganak kang mahirap, di mo kasalanan yun. Pero, kung mamatay kang mahirap, kasalanan mo na yun.
Okay.
I'm not saying na wala kang gagawin just to, ang ibig sabihin, sige, baguhin natin. The saying goes pa rin, it falls into your responsibility how you do things in your life. And if tingin mo, ibang tao ang dapat gumawa ng success mo, ibang tao ang dapat magpakain sa'yo, magserbisyo sa'yo para gumunlad ang buhay mo, parang medyo mahirap for me, mahirap i-visualize yun na bakit responsibilidad ng ibang tao yung buhay ko. Nung bata ako, yes. Pero once you have that awareness, etc., bakit yung nanay or tatay or yung lolo mo ang dapat ang rason para makaangat ka sa buhay? Asan yung sarili mong paa? Sana sila na lang sila na lang sana yung naglakad for you, sila na lang yung kumain for you.
Yeah.
You have your own set of physical
capabilities.
Anatomy. Yun yung term ko. Capabilities, yes. Whether different man sa iba, kulang ka ng kamay, paa, whatever, kulang ka ng other stuff, people find ways. I'm not sure, it doesn't apply to all, pero you can find a way. If the environment is the problem, move out of the environment and then start from somewhere. Pero yun na nga, I'm not saying that everyone has these type of options. Pero if your mental health is suffering because you cannot perform, again, you have to know what's causing it. Kaya nga, they're seeking help. And financial stress is caused by, number one, the feeling that you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Kasi kung wala kang pera, wala kang choice. Yes. Money gives you options. That's a fact. Mahirap mamili kung wala kang pipiliin. wala kang choice, wala kang options eh. Kasi pag nagkaroon ka ng level of financial success, may options.
Yes.
So, dati, commute lang ang option mo. Nung medyo nagka-success ka sa buhay, Grab. medyo lang. Kasi hindi mo masabing, depende sa lugar mo. So, medyo nag-success pa, may sarili ka ng kotse, may driver ka pa. So, syempre, depende kung ano yung problema ang sinusolusyonan mo at the base level. No? So, for me, start first with how to heal yourself. It's very important na if you're encountering the financial stress, if sa tingin nyo sa pagsasalita ko, hindi po ako nag-empleyado. Empleyado rin po ako for 10 years. So, the-commute, suwalang sa baha, at I would say, ginawa ko na lahat ng side hustle kahit nasa employment ako para lang maitawid ko anong kailangan ko maitawid. And for me, as early as college, ayoko kasing naririnig yung feeling na, lalo na sa parents ko, na sila yung nagpo-provide. Parang gusto ko as early as possible to give back. Or kung kaya ko nang solusyonan yung tuition ko, etc., why not? Ako yun sa akin. Pero kung sa inyo, hindi nyo pa na-feel yun, maybe find a reason lang why you should go out of your comfort zone and hindi ibang tao, hindi ibang bagay ang reason for your success. Kung government nakasalalay ang success mo, di sana sila na yung nag-raise sa'yo from infancy to adulthood. And yes, part sila ng services nila yon, part yan ng mandate sa kanila to provide for you. Pero it is not their responsibility to make you rich. It is your responsibility if you want and will claim your right to be rich.
Yes.
Ang rich, iba-iba yan. 100,000, iba rich na feeling. Iba 1 million rich na feeling. Iba siguro kahit bigyan mo ng 1 billion in dollars pa, hindi pa rin rich ang feeling. Isang kotse, no, I need 40 cars to be rich. Hindi lang kailangan basta kotse. Pero kidding aside, it's more of the point na the world is abundant. You just have to find a way na it goes to you. Kasi nga, ang money flows. Kung dinadaanan ka lang ng pera, baka may mali. Yun yung concepts talaga doon. But for me, if it doesn't rang true to you right now, maybe yun lang. You can still explore the world more and see a bigger picture.
Yes, okay. So, summarize lang natin yun na where you draw the line between considering like the regulations happening, particularly in the country. Yes, you can consider that, pero you also have to be responsible for your own well-being, particularly when it comes to finances. So, it's also one way of taking back your power. Ang ganda nung sinabi mo rin kanina na money gives you a lot of options. Do you think na pag limited ang options mo, that's where mental health concerns, arise, ganyan? In terms of, financial aspect?
100% yes. Kung ang option mo lang is kumain ng buy one, take one na burger every day. Tapos alam mo may sakit ka na. Kasi yun yung option ko nung estudyante ako at certain times eh. Parang baon ng ibang tao, 5,000 per week. Ako, 100 per day. Okay, at meron pa rin kaysa dun sa wala, no? Pero it's not a problem. It's a matter of perspective na I make do with what I have. Pero yung that time, you have to commute, you have to do this, you have to do that. Mahirap din yung feeling na pamasahe mo, 60% na ng ano mo. Ano titira sa pambili mo? Wala pa dun yung kung bibilin ka sa school, meron silang or you have to do PR in a way kasi hindi naman pwedeng dead kid ka lang, pasok ka, uwi ka na. Kailangan medyo may PR ka sa teacher, may PR ka sa classmates. So yes, it plays a big role. Kung estudyante ka, yun yung number one. Kung empleyado ka naman, hindi naman sapat na 90% ng sahod mo pamasahe. May ganon. Pero pumapasok. Kasi kunyari, probinsya, papasok BGC.
Yes.
Oh,
grabe.
Ang precious asset mo pa, oras mo. Wala kang choice kasi uuwi ka ng 9:00, papasok ka ng 8:00. Pero makakarating ka 10-11 sa bahay. Tapos yung biyahe mo 3 hours. Tapos ka alis. So, yes, yung health mo na-compromise. 2, yung ability mo to think properly and perform properly is compromised. And the choices you can bring to the table for your self-care, nawawala. Kasi paano ka isip ng matino kung sarili mong processes, matulog, kumain, uminom ng tubig, nakakalimutan mo nga sa office, sobrang busy.
Yes.
So, those simple things di mo nagagawa para sa sarili mo and it affects your mental health. Kasi yung physical health mo, part yan siya dyan.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sige. So, walk me through pa. Educate me about the options na, bakit, whenever we have, different options, alam mo yun, parang, bakit iba yung feeling niya as compared dun sa limited ka lang? Though, I think it's self-explanatory. Pero, bakit siya ganun kalalim? Na minsan hindi pa na-realize ng ibang tao, di ba? Kasi what they only have is ito lang. Pero when they get to experience other things, parang, uy, meron palang other options.
Siguro best example ko dito, dati pinapangarap mong magkakotse. Pero nung nagkakotse ka, ay, pwede pa pala ako kumuha ng isa pa.
Oo.
Or pagkain. Dati, sapat na sa'yo ang ulam mo, kanin, tsaka toyo. Or hindi pa nga plato eh. Dahon pa nun. Depende. When given options, why would you not choose something na nararanasan ng ibang tao?
What do you think is the root cause of that? Ano yung parang niya? Motivating factor? Ano ba yun? Hindi eh. Parang driving factor niya.
Why they want to have more options?
Yes.
I think it's because people generally have that inclination na I want to make my life easier. Tamad. Parang yung tamad ako. Gusto ko madali buhay ko.
Yes,
ako kukuha ng dahon, tapos magluluto, kung meron naman maghahain sa akin. Kaya kami restaurant. You provided the whole course. Meron pa nagsuserve. May nag-good morning pa sa'yo.
Yes.
Yung pag-good morning at pagbati sa'yo, hindi mo ka nararanasan sa bahay yan. Baka ibang bahay meron. Pero it feels good, no? Nakangiti sa'yo, good morning, sir. Dadaan ka lang, good morning. For me, those are simple things, pero when encountering these quote-unquote, luxury na yun sa iba. Kasi even love is a luxury for some. Hindi nila nakuha yan. Mas mahirap yun. Pera pala pinag-usapan natin. Diba? Paano pa hindi deprive sa love? Pero kasi finance tayo, ha?
Pero it's all connected eh.
It's connected. So, balik muna tayo sa pera. O sige, kung finance ang issue natin, wala ka natatang, dati 100, masaya ka na. Pero yung katabi mo binigyan ng 200, parang may mali. Kasi we tend to compare ourselves with others. I wouldn't say it's just envy. It's because, posible pala yun. Yung parang yung mga test nga sa psychology na, may 5 tao, binigyan mo ng pare-parehas, tapos may isa kang papalitan, or mas onte. There's that psychological reaction na, bakit ganun?
May comparison.
Bakit ako hindi ganun? Favorite mo siya? And so forth. So, we want to get the best that is possible. Maybe for some, the best na naalam na lang nila is kung ano yung nalalatag sa kanila.
Yes.
Hindi ko na kailangan ng awareness kasi kailangan ko munang kumain. So, if umabot tayo sa point na na-realize mo, pwede pala yun, dun talaga lumalabas yung nagiging mulat, I would say, quote-unquote. Kasi nga, kung hindi mo alam na posible pala yun, hindi mo siya iisipin na atimin eh. Like before, dati kabayo naman ang ginagamit natin. Ba't tayo nagkukotse ngayon? Because there's a better way. Kung hindi nyo alam, ang problema ng kabayo nun, maraming kalat sa kalsada.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huge.
Yes. So, would you prefer global pollution or kalat sa kalsada? That's making it graphic, no?
Yeah.
So, if there's a better option, quote-unquote, would you go for a Toyota or for a BMW?
BM.
If hindi nyo pa naranasan humawak ng BMW, bibigyan ko kayo ng short kwento. Kapain nyo yung door handle ng dalawa. Alin dun yung pag hinampas sa'yo, matutupi yung pinto o ikaw yung tutupi?
Ay, gusto ko, hindi ko pa natatry yan.
Pero joke lang po yung wag nyo po i-try. Hindi naman matutupi. Pero alam mo yung minsan, pag nadaganan mo lang, pwedeng matupi. Yung isa, pag hinawakan mo pa lang, alam mo parang
medyo masasaktan ako.
Masasaktan ka dito Yun yung isang comparison. Pero more than just the structure ng kotse, hindi ka nang bibili ng BMW or ng luxury car for the sake ng matibay ito. Come on. Bumili ka ng BMW dahil matibay siya? For 5 or 8, 10 million? No.
Not the
it's
other
for
reason.
Prestige. It's for the branding. It's a luxury brand. Quote-unquote. You buy what comes with it. BMW yan. Naka-Fortuner yan. Iba, Fortuner nga, malaking ano na. So, you have options in life. Kung hindi ka aware na may ganun pala. Diba? So, why would you even wala, hindi ka talaga aware. That's the limitation of your understanding.
Yes. So, are you saying na, it's, kumbaga parang pinaka-root niya or driving factor niya is comfort and security? Yeah, when you have options?
I would say, innately, we are greedy. Sorry, quoting it. We are greedy as a human race. We want what's best for us and the people we care about. Yes, comfort and security is a priority if you've gone through the other Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Sorry, ulit-ulitin natin dyan.
Yes, oo.
Kasi comfort and security, love and belongingness, yan na yung next level. Kailangan dumaan ka. Sinong gusto ng bahay? Kung sa taong hindi nakaranas ng bahay, happy na siyang may nakakain. Ba't ko pa aatimin yung bahay? Pero sa taong nakaranas ng bahay, gusto mo ba tanggalin ko sa iyo yung bahay? Siyempre, hindi. Kaya nga, when you move out of the house, one of your first goals as an employee or part ng workforce, sana may titirahan din ako.
Yes.
Kasi other countries, wala. Lalo na yung mga countries na walang pamilya na babalikan. Kalsada ka talaga titira. Coupons ka. Pero nakakain ka. So, it depends talaga kung nasa sang needs ka. It's very important for me na, alam mo rin, sa Maslow's hierarchy of needs, nasan ka? Kasi kung basic necessities, security, or yung emotional, attachments, and so forth. Kasi pataas yan down the line.
Okay. So, safety and security, comfort, ayan. Do you think, din to, parang, if hindi mo siya makuha in life, it can be a cause of mental health issues?
Yeah, every step of the way dun sa sinabi nga natin. Dun pa lang sa pagkain Oo. Kasi kung solve na yung pagkain, ang next naman nun, sana nag-review ako. Sana nag-review ako. Pero,
tingnan natin.
Pwede naman pala mag-chat GPT.
Yes, oo naman.
Kasi kung tama, ang naalala ko talaga, food shelter or shelter na yan Tapos love and belongingness pangatlo
Okay, wait lang. Tignan natin sa mahiwagang Google. Ayan, psychological needs. Physiological needs.
Physiological siya. Ayan.
Air,
safety. Next na safety.
Oo.
Diba? So, sa physiological, air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction. So, next na yan, safety.
Yes.
Bahay. Same. Kasi kung wala kang bahay, paano mo alaga ari-arian mo? Kasi pag okay ka na sa pagkain, na next mo na yan, I want to have stuff.
Yes.
So, may lalagay yung gusto mong gamit kung nakatira ka sa kalsada. Free for all yung gamit mo. That's the next thing.
Yes.
So, yes, every step of that way. Kaya very important for me in mental health, you must Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Okay, ayan. I-insert natin tong graphic na to. So, magkaroon kayo, though pwede nyo naman i-search, pero insert na rin natin sa video. Okay, that's good that you mentioned about this kasi minsan nakakalimutan na rin natin like itong basic foundation, and I think makakatulong siya for you to gauge ano yung pinakakailangan mo as of this moment so you can get out from where you are right now.
Fulfill the bottom talaga mo.
Yes, okay. So sige, sabihin natin na okay, I have anxiety because marami akong si Judith nandyan na. Nandyan na, okay. Pero alam mo, one thing na I always ask my guests, especially yan mga psychologists, is yung acknowledgement na meron kang mental health issue. Kasi that's a different thing pa di ba?
Oh, yes.
Daming pinagdaanan niya yung denial, ganun. Tapos for you to be able to identify paano yung pinanggagalingan niya, it's a long process. 'Di ba? Including consultation, ganyan.
Oh.
Pero okay, may advice ka ba dun sa mga tao na parang meron akong nafe-feel but I don't want to acknowledge it? What's your insight when it comes to that?
Didiretsuhin ko na number 1, magastos po magpagamot dito.
That's another thing, 'di ba? Paano na?
Kasi naranasan ko rin po magpagamot for that. So, I've had personal experiences in my life then na hindi man ako directly impatient, and yes, there was a time I was, na it's so hard na you have to pay for...
Sorry, you were clinically diagnosed mental health?
It was due to a certain incident, which I will, my sister committed suicide when she was 20 plus years old. So the family gets to have that in a way. Kahit hindi ka diagnosed, it's like trauma. So I would say, hindi na namin siya gino through, but I think there was a time na I blamed partly myself because it happened after my birthday.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
So partly, I was a nurse then, and I wish I could have been somewhat able to help avoid that incident.
Kaya meron kang parang guilt, gano'n.
There was that guilt na...
You're blaming yourself.
But then again, I did not have it checked until I realized that there were other things that were piling up. So for those na sa tingin yung gastos lang siya, hindi mo man gastusan yan ngayon, dadaanan mo pa rin yung gastos niyan. That's the good news. You can't escape it. It's a good and a bad news at the same time.
Yes,
when you want to confront it, andyan pa rin siya. So, I would say yung mga guni-guni lang, yung mga sinasabi nila, mental health is yung parang it's just in your head. Of course, it's in your head. Is your head not part of your body? Yes, it's in your head.
Yes.
How you think definitely affects how you function. So if you're even your own self, ano ba yung term doon? Yung tingin mo sa sarili mo is different when you deal with others and when you want to establish doon sa level 3, which is love, yung relationships with people, napapansin mo, hirap kang mag-connect sa tao or ikaw mismo, tingin mo sa sarili mo, ang baba. Saktan nyo lang ako. Hindi ako karapat dapat mahalin. Kung normal mo na yung sabi yan sa sarili mo of every now and then, hindi ko sinasabi may tililing ka o ano, pero it's common na we tend to downplay for some people. I include myself in history.
Victim mode, ganyan.
You put yourself na, victim mo. You go to a spiral na talagang, yes, yung mental health mo affected. It starts with money, quote and quote, but it affects everyone around you. Lalo na yung, if you're trying to be a good employee, kung yung mismong pangkain mo, inuutang mo pa sa office mate mo, makikiconnect ka pa para lang sa wifi, yung mga simpleng needs na mukhang simple sa kanila, ikaw, kailangan mong manghiram. Hindi siya magandang feeling. Kung naranasan ko yun. Kailangan ko makiconnect kasi wala akong pang wifi sa sarili ko, wala akong pang mobile data. Yung phone ko, pangit, etc. Sila ganito gamit. So, syempre, if you have a comparison, medyo sometimes, pwede ko naman i-ignore. Sige, 10 years old yung phone ko, nagagamit naman. Madali sabihin yun kung nakakaluwag ka na sa buhay. Pero kung you're trying to build a name for yourself, ba't ako magtitiwala sa'yo? Gamit mo nga ang cellphone, Nokia, na luma. Maybe, if kahit hindi mo ipagmalaki, kung gusto mo talaga ng recognition, kasi part ng mental health, din yun. You have status kasi if you have money. And show of status is having certain gadgets. Example, simpleng mic. Saan ka mas credible kunyari, doktor ka, parehas kayong content creator. Yung isa gamit na mic ganito. Yung isang gamit na mic,
headset yun.
Yung sa karaoke mic. Basta hindi siya mukhang podcast mic. Sino yung mas mukhang sa unang tingin, kasi presentation matters. The small things might not look kaya nga minsan, di ba, yun yung pang sales talk sa'yo. Look more professional. Kaya kailangan yung suot mo, necktie ka. Yung simpleng damit nga eh. Kanino ka mas maniniwala? Yung doktor na naka-t-shirt o doktor na naka-tie, naka-long sleeves man lang. May level of the thing.
Yes.
Or may bihis. Kahit sabihin mong, pero hindi ko sinasabing kailangan ganun sila ha. May magaling na doktor talaga. Pero impressions also matter. So, those things, kaya it starts with somewhere.
It has huge effect kahit na mukhang maliit lang siya. Okay, I see. So, okay, ang dami ko pang question dito. You also create content about daily gratitude, di ba?
Yes.
Oh, yun. I also want to double on that a bit. And also, siguro, let's talk about 3 things. Kanina na-mention mo na, self-service. Like, for example, ako na lang, I'll use myself as an example. Kunwari, meron akong anxiety and then I acknowledge na, okay, kailangan ko na siyang i-address. I'm ready to take the step in finding another basket of income for me kasi ayoko nang ma-stress, kay Judith, ganyan. So, can you give me 3 tips on how you can start exploring additional income?
I'm just judging this from my personal experience.
Okay.
Hindi man ako diagnosed, pero I think I was supposedly supposed. I mean,
nadaanan mo ulit.
But the idea is, number 1, ang pinaka-normal is if fresh grad ka or may employment opportunities, just do that.
Okay.
Get employed. Kasi you can serve sa fast food chain. Get the gist muna of how you make money with your time. For me kasi that's the surface level. You spend your time with the company. or sa tindahan man lang yan, or kahit sa palengke. I've had friends who've made it na gano'n lang yung ginagawa initially. But don't end there, definitely. So second, if that keeps you afloat, enhance your circle.
Oh,
Kasi kung
nice.
iikutan mo is pare-pares kayong 10,000 pesos per month, medyo mahirap ma-realize na posible pala ang 100,000 per month. Kumbaga, increasing your wallet inside your head. Kasi kung lagi mong kausap, parehas mo lang ng sahod, mas makikita mo yung limitations ng trabaho na ginagawa ng ganong sahod.
Yes.
Not to belittle, but I'm saying na kung average, yun nga sabi nga, look at the 5 people you're always with. Yan yung average na sahod nyo. Pare-pares kayo nasa 20, 50, money pinag-usapan So, that's one. Kung na-expand mo yan, do what they do. Yung mas mataas. Kunyari, sa 5, may isang 6 figures. Ginagawa mo, Brad. Magtatanong ka talaga. Yun talaga yun. Kasi mag-start ka muna mabuhay. So, employment is your best bet. Normally, kung hindi ka naman ma-employed dahil for whatever reason, yes, kasi there are shows that show na hindi lahat ng tao papasok sa employment. Provide service or sell something. Yung something na yon involves from self, pero I don't recommend. Kasi live selling is a hot cake right now. So maybe try live selling. Work for a live seller or become the live seller. Yeah. Find a product na sa tingin mong will work for you. Kung hindi mo pa alam, work for someone and do live selling.
Yes.
And sa panahon ngayon, number 3 would be, yung sinabi kong selling yourself, pwede nyong matignan yan in different ways. Pero when you sell yourself, what do people remember when they think of you?
Ano example ng services of selling yourself?
For example, I'm a freelancer, I'm a photographer, I'm a video editor.
Just to be clear.
Sa mga nakakaintindi ng sell yourself, maraming forms yan. Okay. Hindi naman to pang, pero yes. Yes na lang, yes. Yes, selling yourself involves many things. In many ways.
Okay, sige. So those are the 3 things. I-summarize natin. Get employed if wala ka pang experience. Get the gist of how it works. Ang ganda na mention mo to kasi nga it gives you the opportunity to learn. Kahit na siguro hindi pa na-meet yung income ceiling mo, di ba? It's still an opportunity to learn. And then enhance your circle. Ang ganda rin ito kasi nga I totally believe in this. Kasi naniniwala din ako na there's a certain energy and frequency in those people na are earning more than the usual. And I feel like if na-feel mo yon, it will also give you that spike na parang, kaya ko yon.
Oo, lalo na pag DPWH ang bagsak. Sabi mo. Diba? Brad, yung ginagawa mo. Ba talaga? DPWH is the way. The joke lang.
Okay, sige. Naisingin mo talaga yun, ano? Ayan. And next is, sell yourself, meaning you can explore freelancing and also different services, photography, ganyan, if you have certain skills that you can sell.
Brand,
yes.
Maging influencer.
Yes.
Yan, sa mga malalaki.
Oo. And this also one of the things that you share sa social media, di ba? Tama ba? Yes, you can follow him sa Prof Tof. And also, okay, I think this is the last thing that I want to ask you about. Kasi you create content about being grateful, daily gratitude. And I think it's a topic na deserves a spotlight. Kasi nga, it changes how you think, your perspective, and it's much easier. Every time I hear about this, I remember yung movie na 3 Idiots. Tapos yung All Is Well. If you haven't watched it yet, guys, All Is Well, 3 Idiots, panoorin ninyo. Pero, and also, may video ka na mention mo na life is unfair. It's contradicting, di ba? Pero I want to get the idea on that. And what kind of advice do you have for people na nandun sila, alam natin na life is unfair, but bakit nagiging grateful ka pa rin on a daily? Paano mo siya napapractice? What's the outcome if you have that kind of mindset?
Okay. Life is unfair. Naririnig nyo yan or maybe sinasabi nyo yan sa sarili nyo kasi sila, dali ng buhay nila eh. So, when you're stuck on that mindset, everything around you, feeling mo mabigat, feeling mo against you.
Mm-hmm.
Siguro I would say one example is, lagyan natin na medyo pag-ibig na lang to. So, dali.
Kala ko DPWH.
Pag naman, sobrang sila na shoutout eh. Shadow ng trending. For example, you're looking for the right partner.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, everything seems unfair to you. Or all men are cheaters.
Mm-hmm.
So, tingin mo, when you go to a room with 100 possible candidates na maging partner mo, may makikita ka or saan ka magpo-fall into? Doon sa mga nandun. Nang mindset mo lahat, cheater lahat.
So, wala. Lahat kasi cheater sa paningin mo.
Pwedeng may isa. Pero most likely, yun pa yung nilalapit mo sa sarili mo. Kasi you're validating a fact.
Oh, unconsciously.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Even if you fall to the right person na sobrang bait, hindi nagtrabaho for DPWH. Sorry. Nagtrabaho ng marangal, mayaman, K-drama level ng pagiging mayaman at gentleman. Pero dahil lang isip mo, all partners are cheaters. You will find ways and means to impose that belief.
Oh my gosh. I love that you mentioned validating a fact and we're not even aware of it.
Kasi if life is unfair for you, you will always find and force it upon others around you na life is unfair. Kaya nga life is unfair kasi ganyan. Tapos yun yung conversation nyo sa pagkainan, conversation nyo sa biyahe, conversation mo sa isip mo kahit natutulog ka. How would you live a life full of unfairness? Yes, it happens, but it's your choice and it's your awareness na if you would label your life as unfair. Would you want to at the end of it all, would you label it as unfair? If you're given a choice to be responsible enough to make your life a blessing for others or a curse for others. Kasi kung tingin mo unfair ang buhay, ba't ka pa buhay? Kasi hindi mo pa tinatapos. That's one. Two, anong gusto mo i-justify sa life is unfair? Lahat ng tao ganyan, lahat ng ganyan. Yeah, may ganun talagang side. So, gusto mo sumama sa kanila? Pwede naman. Ang pinaka-point lang nito, how would you create your dream scenario or your life if your major global belief about everything around you is life is unfair? How would you expand if ito lang yung laman ng mundo mo? Dito ka nakatingin. There's a bigger space around you. Kaya nga, madaling tignan yung mga taong nag-iisip positively about certain things na hindi, madali mo lang sabihin yan. Pero kung ito lang ang nakikita mo, kami tinitignan namin a bigger part. Parang sa papel, may tuldok. Focus ka sa tuldok. Life is unfair. May block eh. Ano nangyari doon sa buong papel?
Yeah.
10 tuldok. Life is unfair. 10 yan, no? Eh, yung buong papel na bond paper, puti pa rin naman. Where would you want to put your focus on will expand. So for me, when I tried to focus and started to focus on gratitude, it gave me possibilities. I opened the space for myself na I'm able to be a blessing somehow for others. I'm not saying it's perfect. Meron pa rin mga problema, syempre. It's a different set of problems than what you have right now.
Yes.
Hindi tayo naubusan ng problema. It's a matter of problema mo ngayon yan, mas matuwa ka na hindi mo na yung problema kasi mas mabigat yung next dyan. Kung yan palang ayaw mo na, imagine yung susunod dyan. So, if life is unfair for you at that point, maybe you're not ready yet to expand. Kasi hanggang doon pala yung capacity mo. Imagine yourself na parang baso. Hanggang doon pala hanggang baso ka pa lang, hindi pa sa hanggang timba. Yung iba siguro, isang tabo. Or whatever. Yun yung capacity mo to accept blessings. Hanggang dito, unfair ang tingin mo sa buhay. Saan ko ilalagay yung blessing? In a way, hindi siya about being religious. So, saan mo ilalagay yung space for you to grow, to be blessed, and be a blessing? Kasi imagine mo, kunyari, tingin mo sa buhay unfair. Whatever happened in your life, may it be gravest of gravest incidents. People during war, hindi ko pinanganak during war, most likely. They had it worse. Because I know, meron ako mga relatives na lived through the war. they were kids during the war. Hindi natin naranasan ng war. Hindi tayo tumira sa bansa o syudad na may gera. And for me, that's good enough reason na I'm not seeing those because I heard their stories. That's one for me. Pero maybe you had other experiences. Kung nanood kayo ng Pulang Araw, that's one example siguro ng worst things. Shoutout kay GMA. Noong time na yun, kila Alden and friends. Pero, yun, if you think life is unfair, sila nga nung panahon nila, this will not end this way and I will not let it end this way kasi my life is for me to pave the way. If you want it to be an inspiration, if you want it to be better for others, these people are our inspiration kung bakit buhay pa tayo ngayon and why we keep pushing forward to make life better. May it be by inventions, just by inspiration, motivation, and nandun tayo sa point na gratitude is underrated or sometimes overrated at times. Underrated kasi masyado ng gamit. Ay, underrated kasi parang tingin nyo, ano gagawin ng gratitude dyan kung hindi ako makakain. Baliktad. So, why not shift the small things? Be thankful, nakakahinga ka pa. Be thankful, wala kang sakit. Kasi ma-realize mo yung value ng oras mo. For example, late ka na. Anong value ng 1 minute? Hindi ka nakasakay ng flight. Anong value ng 9 months sa taong nagdadala ng bata pero nawala? There are things na you should be grateful for kasi hindi mo problema. Yes, hindi mo problema yon. Pero you're glad. You should be grateful na you have another set of problems na hindi mo problema yon. You should be compassionate, I would say, or empathic towards others. Then, overrated kasi hindi siya solusyon sa lahat. Hindi siya band-aid, sir.
Yes.
Kasi if you just do gratitude and don't take actions to solve your problems, yes, it's gonna sound like preaching lang talaga na should be motivated, inspired to solve your problems. Pero motivation only gets you somewhere. Action is much more important. So, start with gratitude to help turn on a switch na there is possibilities only if you grab it and you believe in it well enough.
That's very good. That's very powerful. So, what I heard you spoke dun sa kwento mo is, life being unfair is also an opportunity for you to expand your capabilities. Kasi if ngayon, yung set of problems mo is hindi pa siya yung gabalde, then it means yung capability mo to handle it, hindi pa siya ganun din kalaki. And when you have the capability to handle a huge problem, that's when you can also handle huge blessings.
Tying it to finance, try mo yung problema ng CEO, CMO ng kumpanya nyo compared sa entry level. They're paid 10 times probably or more because they can solve bigger problems.
Yeah.
Not just because may connection sila. But it's more of the world pays more to those people who can solve bigger problems.
Yes.
Kaya nga scientists in a way or other forms of professions get paid more. Yes, was physically pagod ka. Pero ikaw yung gumawa ng mag-lead a team. Madali ba mag-lead ng isang team? Lead a group of people. It's different. Or ikaw yung sumalo pag may legal lawsuit ng kumpanya.
Yes.
Those are things they take na hindi nyo napapansin. Kasi financially, you're given more responsibility as you learn deal with bigger and broader problems.
Yeah. Okay, that's a great way to put it. Now, finances is not just, money flowing, but also being open to responsibilities. Like, maybe more weight na responsibilities. But at the same time, the good part of it is you earn more.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
If you want to earn more,
yes.
That's one. Get more problems solved. Talaga.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Any last piece of advice? Yan, last piece of advice para okay ang finances and mental well-being.
Ang hirap ng isang maiksi.
Go na.
But yeah, I mean, I'll go with my go-to. Mahirap maging mahirap. So kung nanggaling ka doon, you should know. Pero hindi dahilan yon para mang-apa ka ng kapwa.
Yes. Values. Moral compass. Thank you so much. And where can people find you? Any offerings that you have?
Right now, in social media, I'm also building my presence in Facebook. So you can check Prof Tov or my other pages in TikTok and
Instagram,
FBIG and TikTok. Yes, so you can check my pages there. YouTube, I'm still building it. So look forward to it and thank you. Kung may napulot kayo dun sa mga I do coaching for those who are building their public speakings, because I also teach public speaking at a certain international school here in the Philippines.
Wow.
Aside from that, you can also check me in social media. Just leave a comment if there's anything na sa tingin nyong, I could help you with. I do coaching for content creators who have like more on the mental health side.
Yes.
So it's more of helping you build your confidence, handle stress, being as a public personality. Those are some of the things I offer. But if you think you can trust me with those things, you can just check my page sa Facebook sa Prof Tov.
Yes, Prof Tov. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and yeah, I hope that you enjoyed our episode about finances connecting to mental health. And if you have any questions, message us on our Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and yeah, we are on Spotify, soon on YouTube. So until next time, bye guys.
Mental health ka dyan.